Hello and good evening, and welcome to the shed. It's the Monday before the NFL season kickoff, and you can see by the smile on my face, we're getting closer. We're only, is it 4 days away from the season kickoff Thursday night, Friday morning here between the Eagles and the Cowboys. And then on Sunday night, or it'll be 1 a.m. ish Monday night here, Monday morning here, the Buffalo Bills welcome the Baltimore Ravens to Highmark Stadium for one last time. Well, in the regular season anyway. And tonight's show, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a chat about that game because I have a very busy week this week with the shows. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the game tonight. I know we're a week away, but if there's any updates and injuries or issues or anything like that, I'll do that in my Thursday night video. Tomorrow night, I'll have my video with Therese, and she's a very busy week getting ready for the tailgate and everything else that goes along with it. So we'll talk about things like that with her tomorrow night. And then on Thursday night, I'll do a week one preview and I'll give my predictions. Last year, I ran a competition. Um, and I had over 20 entrants. It was enjoyable. It was brilliant. It just took up an awful lot of time. So I'm not doing this year, but I'm still going to give my opinions every Thursday night, who I think will win and how the games will go. So tonight will be more Buffalo Bills, Baltimore Ravens, and Thursday night then it'll be more. I won't give my prediction tonight for the Bills Ravens. I'll wait till Thursday night, but it'll be a full game week predictions then on Thursday night. So here we go with the show. So before I start, there was some sad news or bad news this week for the Buffalo Bills. So defensive tackle Dwayne Carter, he has been ruled out for the season. Apparently it's an Achilles injury, and I wish Dwayne well. He will be a big loss to the Buffalo Bills. Um, it'll mean someone else will have to step up and you know uh, do the job. Um, it's an awful shame that the Achilles injuries are happening more and more often to every type of players, not just American football players, and they're a real soul destroyer. But hopefully, for Dwayne's sake, he will recover quickly, and hopefully by the start of next season, we'll be back in the field and ready to go on 100%. And the next thing I want to talk about then is a more happier thing. I didn't talk about it last week, even though I had a picture up on my. It was rivalries I was talking about, but it wasn't the actual uniform rivalries. But they released the uniform last week for the rivalries when they played the New England Patriots in October, and that jersey is lovely. The whole outfit is lovely. It's totally different. I put up a picture today on all my social medias about my Buffalo Bills collection and jerseys. This one is on order. It's on the way. Hopefully, it'll be here before that game. Um, it's beautiful. I don't normally get white jerseys because white is very hard to look after. I like the darker colors, but this one I couldn't pass up, and I will wear it on the show. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I can say no more. It's totally different. They step outside the box. I watched a video on the design of the jersey and what they were thinking about and stuff like that. And to be honest, they everything they said they ticked because it is beautiful. There are some nice jerseys in that rivalry section. That's the 8 teams that brought out. I'm not going to go through them, but for me, the Bills, and I think in a lot of opinion, the Bills jerseys have it's way ahead of the rest. I've seen a mark given by two reporters in America that went through the 8 jerseys, and the Bills won it hand down. So it is amazing. It's beautiful, and I can't wait to get it. So now, here we go. We're at the start of the season. It's week one, and what a way the Bills are going to kick off week one. Like, you have the MVP from 2 years ago versus the MVP from last season. Lamar Jackson coming to Buffalo and Josh Allen ready to take him on. And like, these are two of the top quarterbacks, top tier quarterbacks. These are two of the top teams in the NFL. And what a treat it is to kick off the season by having Baltimore here. Um, what I did was I'll run through a few things here, how I think we can beat Baltimore. Um, Looking at the Baltimore roster now, I went on the internet and I got their predicted starters. So some of these guys, well, most of them will start, but some might not. And then I'm going to look at the Bills' predicted starters and see, you know, can we make hay? Can we make hay and do damage on both sides of the ball? Um, then at the end of the show, I have 5 players that I have. Well, to be honest, I expect big things from this season. Um, it's a huge season for us. This is a Super Bowl window we're in. This is the strongest roster we've ever had. We have to go. We have the best quarterback in the league. We have the best player in the league. He is the quarterback, and we have to go and make hay. And it has to start. Has to start Sunday night coming. There will be hiccups along the way because there is no season that's going to go bang, 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 bang. You win every game and you go and win the Super Bowl. But for us, we need to hit the ground running and we need to go and tell Baltimore, hello, buddies, but um, you are our competition, but we are ahead of you. And it'll be an awful tough game. Don't think for one reason. 1 second, I think this is going to be an easy game. Hello, Weston, my friend. Uh, Weston, you're welcome to the show. The Irish Bills Mafia. Um, and Weston is a Chiefs fan, and we'll be talking about the Chiefs down the road. We'll be talking about them on Thursday night. They look strong. They look good. You're very welcome along, Weston, and thank you very much for your support and your comment. But we'll start tonight's show off with how do I think we beat the Ravens? So last year we played the Ravens twice. Once was in Baltimore in the regular season, and then once was in the playoffs. We won one and we lost one. To most people, we won the important one in the playoffs, but I'm a believer you don't get to the playoffs unless you do well in the regular season. So these games, they all count. The night in Baltimore, Derrick Henry destroyed us. Absolutely destroyed us. Now we stopped that, and very well we stopped that in the playoff game. But we're going to have to do it again Sunday night. So for me, stop the run. And stop the run isn't just Derrick Henry; it's also Lamar Jackson. As I said, there's 2 of the best quarterbacks coming, playing in the league, playing Sunday night. They're the top tier quarterbacks. These aren't guys that are in tier 5 and 6 playing against each other. These are tier 1 guys. There's only 4 of them, in my opinion. There's Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow. And there is no difference between any of them. They are all awesome. I don't say it with tongue in cheek. They are 4 of the best. We're privileged to have 4 of these guys. And there's a few more that may come and come up to that level, but these are the guys that are at the top. And Lamar Jackson is a guy we have to stop Sunday night. Not alone have we to stop him on the run, but we have to put real pressure on him when he's in the pocket, or if he's trying to escape the pocket, not let him escape the pocket. And that comes from our defensive line. And we have to do in a way without having to blitz too much, because if you blitz, you're going to give him options. Uh, we're going to have to do the kind of pressure that the Philadelphia Eagles did to the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Now, I know the Eagles, they were awesome in defense last year, but we have brought in the players, brought them in, and it's time now we have to deliver. Our defense was probably the weakest side of our game last year, the last few years. And Brandon Bean and Sean McDermott has done their best to strengthen this and have strengthened it. And it's now time for these guys to stand up. So we have to put pressure on Lamar and we have to stop the run. And that's not going to be easy. The next thing, point 3 I have written down here, is no stupid penalties on any side of the ball, whether it be offense, defense, um, special teams, no stupid penalties. Because if you give Baltimore Ravens a chance and give away stupid penalties and give them extra yards or extra plays or extra downs, then all we're asking for is trouble. And we can't have that. We've had a preseason. We should be ready for it. There should be no mistakes. On our run game, we have 4 guys that can run. We have James Cook, we have Ray Davis, we have Ty Johnson, and we have Josh Allen. The Ravens have Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. They have Justice Hill, but Justice Hill is a good running back, but that's where it stops. We have four. And these, you know, we have to make use of that. Our offensive line has to make the lanes for these guys to make the runs. We don't want Josh Allen running, but we know Josh Allen can run like Lamar Jackson. Our tight ends and wide receivers have to get free, make plays, and make yards after catch. And I'll be talking about a couple of them later on in my 5 players to stand out, but they have to. Kahil Shakir is great for that. But we need more than Kahil Shakir to stand up and catch the ball firstly, hold on to it, and then try and make yards after the catch. Our big We need to make big plays on defense and offense and special teams. I'm not leaving out special teams; they all count. Whether it's a big stop by the defense, whether it's a big gain, the momentum breakers in games, they make an awful difference to how teams continue on. And um, for me, Sunday night will be, in the playoff game, Von Miller made a big play on Lamar Jackson, and we went up and we scored. Other players made big plays that night as well, not including our offense. Defense really put pressure on the Ravens and really snuffed them out. Now, they all say Mark Andrews dropped the catch. Well, we've dropped catches. Other teams have dropped catches. So it didn't happen. We won the game. That's all that matters. If it comes down to a drop catch the next night and we win the game, I can care less. All I care about is us winning. And my last point on this is release the beast. And the release the beast is Josh Allen, MVP. If our offensive line can protect him like they did last year and give him this time, he will pick out players. It's then down to the players to do their job. If Josh Allen needs to run, Josh Allen can run. And if our running backs can save him all of that, all the better. But these are the ways I think we will, if we're going to beat the Ravens, I hope. But if we're going to beat the Ravens, these are the things that have to happen. We can't go in and think, oh, it's week one, it doesn't matter. The number one seed in the AFC it's vital. It's vital for your season that you aim for that first. And this is one of your teams is going to be competing with you against it. So we have to go and it's our final season in Highmark. It's going to be a huge atmosphere. It's I can only my mouth my mouth is watering thinking about it because the excitement and everything that'll be over there for it. And we have to go and put on a show. It's not on Baltimore to put on a show because they're coming to us. It's up to us to put on a show. And we have to, on all aspects of the ball. We don't have to go out and play a perfect game, but we have to go out and do more than what Baltimore do. So I was looking through their predicted starters, and for me, I'm going to pick out a few guys. Some of them I've already mentioned, but we have to be very careful of. Now, Lamar Jackson. I don't need to say any more. Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson. Derrick Henry. Now, the only thing with Derrick Henry is, but if we were playing them in week 12 or 13, he may be a little bit tired, but he's going to be fresh at the start of the season. He is getting on, and he's between the Titans and the Ravens. He's done a lot of pounding and and a lot of breaking through tackles. So, and his age is getting up, but he is still a weapon that we have to watch out. And as I said in Baltimore last year, he destroyed us. Wide receivers, well, they've got Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman, two of the best wide receivers in the league. In their tight ends, they've got two of the best tight ends in the league, Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. That alone would frighten most teams, and on a normal day would frighten us. But it's not a normal day because we are ready. We are ready in the story. In defense, they got defensive tackle Nadamididi Madabuki, and I know I said his first name incorrect. I do apologize. Um, they also have Kyle Hamilton, who they'll give a huge contract to, and he is an awesome safety. They have Marlon Humphreys in cornerback, and they signed Jair Alexander. And Jair Alexander came from the Packers. He signed a big deal with them. The one thing I would say about Jair Alexander is he brings a lot of baggage. But John Harborough is a man that has dealt with that over the years and should be well able for it. From our side, I'm just going to go through the questionable players because this evening, as you may report, and this will probably change as the week goes on. But Cahill Shakir has a question mark beside him. Conor McGovern at centre has a question mark beside him. Linebacker Shaq Thompson and Terrell Bernard has a question mark beside them. Tre'Davious White, similar, and Cam Lewis and Jordan Hancock. They were all the guys I could see that aren't out injured or out suspended that have question marks beside them. But as I said, during the week, hopefully this will change and these guys will be declared fit. Um, there's a guy in there that I believe in that makes an awful difference is Reggie Gillum, and Reggie Gillum is fit, but Reggie Gillum does an awful lot of hard work, hard slog for the team in that offense. But when he is given the chance, he just takes the chance. But thankfully, he's fit. Spencer Brown, I'm hoping, will get over his injuries that he had in preseason and be sound because he is a huge part of that offensive line with Deion Dawkins, David Edwards, Conor McGovern. Hopefully, he'll be fit. Osiris Torrance and Spencer Brown. Them five are Josh's protector. And it's really important that these guys are fit and good to go. But it's a game I can't wait for. It's football season. American football is back. The NFL is back. I've seen all the hoorah with college last weekend, and I like college, don't get me wrong. It ain't the NFL, though. The NFL is the business. And I'm really looking forward to a lot of games that's coming up this weekend. And Sunday night for me, when I finish work Sunday evening and come home, I'll get the second half of Red Zone. Then I'll have the 9 o'clock game, and then I'll go into the Bills Ravens game. And then Monday morning, the eyes will be burning out of my head. But I'll be grand. But I can't wait for it. It shortens the winter. It's exciting. It's something to look forward to, and hopefully for all watching and supporting teams that as long as they don't play the Bills, for me, they have a great season. So lastly tonight, folks, what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about 5 players that I've looked at that I think need to have a big season and I expect to have a big season. Some of them are looking good. Some of them there's question marks over. But when you look at the investment that's been made into them, it is very important that these 5 guys, in my eyes, really, do the business this year. Now, it's not in any order, so I just want to go on names the way I have it written down. But I have Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman, a wide receiver. Now I know he was picked in the second round at the start, but he was our first round pick. He's in year 2 last year in 2024. And in fairness to Keon, he did very good in his rookie season. I have no complaints. He received 29 times out of 57 targets. So that's about half. He had 556 yards and he had 4 touchdowns. And his longest one was 64 yards. He had an average of 19.2 yards per catch. And that's very good. But I expect a lot more this year. And by the sounds of it at training camp, but we'll see now when it comes into the real season, that things are looking good. There's a good connection between himself and Josh. He's really showing, he's really making plays himself. And I'm hoping for a very, very productive season from Keon Coleman. The next guy who's going into year 3 is Dalton Kincaid. Now, there's a lot of pressure on Dalton Kincaid. When he came, people thought he was going to be Gronkowski, Travis Kelce. But so far, it hasn't worked out for him. But this is a huge year for Dalton Kincaid because if it works out for him and goes well, he has every possibility of becoming them guys and better. If it doesn't, then the Bills will be looking at, well, we picked you high. Is it time now to change? So there's an awful lot of pressure on Dalton Kincaid. I listening again to reports out of training camp. Hopefully things will improve for him. He had a lot of injuries last year, and hopefully he'll get an injury-free run. but he needs to come on now and be the guy we got him for. And whereas Keon Coleman is going into year 2, and I think Keon Coleman will improve without the pressure. There is pressure on Dalton Kincaid to improve this year and become the player we were hoping to be and we expect him to be. The third guy on my list is a new signing, but he's going into year 10 in the NFL, and that's Joey Bosa. We signed him from the Chargers, and we're paying him for 1 year a lot of money. And he's replacing Von Miller in a kind of a way. He has a reputation of doing a good job. The only part of it is he's injured a lot. And we need Joey Bosa fit, and we need Joey Bosa to deliver. It's a huge year for Joey too, because at the end of this year, if he produces and does well for the Bills, then he'll get a huge contract somewhere else, or he might even get a huge contract with the Bills. Somehow I don't see the Bills being able to pay him a huge contract with the way things are, but it'll be a win-win for the Bills. If he does well, we do well. So there's a lot of pressure, and I expect Joey Bosa to deliver and hopefully stay fit. Stay fit, firstly, deliver then, because he will deliver if he's fit. The next guy I have is Cole Bishop. Cole Bishop is safety. He's going into year 2. He was a second round pick, I think, in 2024. And there's a lot of expectations. And we are, for me, one of our weakest spots is safety. We're not, I don't know how to describe it. We've loads of cover everywhere else, but safety is where I am nervous about. And this is a huge year for Cole. Again, he had injuries and issues last year. Looking at this sheet that I have that I got, who do you think the starters are? He'll be starting with Taylor Rapp, and like behind them is Cam Lewis, who's questionable right now, and Damar Hamlin is behind him. Now, Damar, I love Damar, but Damar is a guy that you bring in when there's no pressure on, and I hope that Cole Bishop can stand up, take that position from him, and make it his own, and become the player he can be, and that's my thoughts on it. I just, it's a huge year. Dalton Kincaid himself. These are this season is huge for them. And the last player, not so much pressure, but there will be pressure on him, is Terrell Bernard, linebacker. He is now the joint captain with Josh Allen. It was announced himself and Josh are the captains for the Buffalo Bills this year. I'm delighted for it because one's the leader, full stop, but a leader of the offense, and the other is a leader of the defense. Again, it's a big year for him. He will have the pressure of being captain, but he's always delivered. And I expect him to. He got a new contract this year, and I expect him to take the next step. And hopefully, lead our defense, because our defense, if we can get that clicking, the offense, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but the offense will click, then it'll take some team to stop us. And that's where we need to get and need to be. So there are my 5 people that I think I expect big things for, but also need to step up for the season. Let me know what you think. If you have any other players that you think that needs to get on that list, please by all means put it in the comments and let me know. But this is where we are at the minute, and these are the 5 guys I think that if they step up, there'll be huge things ahead for the Buffalo Bills this year. And they're not the usual guys. They're guys that some people will say are in the shadows, but for me, they're not. Every player this year has to come out and be out of the shadows for 2025. And that is it for tonight, folks. I'm excited, getting ready for it. Looking forward to it. Yes, I know there's ups and downs coming. Yet if it's all going to be up, it'll be brilliant and super. But it doesn't go that way. So we have to expect the ups and downs. The main thing is that we get there and do the business when we get the chance. I want to thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow night's show I'll do it Therese, and it'll be our usual Tuesday show, and we'll have a chat a bit about the game on Sunday and about the stuff going on outside the grounds and inside the grounds and what she's planned and the whole lot. And then, as I said, Thursday night, I'll do a video on week one NFL and give my predictions for week one, and we'll see how we go. It'll be a bit of crack. Some of the predictions will be straightforward, and you would know there might be an odd twist here or there. So, folks, until tomorrow evening, thank you very much for watching. Any comments, please let me know. As I said, you find me on Instagram on the Irish Bills Mafia. You find me on Facebook at Trevor Marley, and you'll find me on Twitter at Irish_Bills. All comments and thoughts are welcome. And until tomorrow evening, please stay safe, stay happy, and as always, my friends, go Bills.